Hi guys, Rab here from Rabtastic Paints, still the number one Scottish kill team channel.
Is that right?
I don't know of any other Scottish kill teamers. If there is, let me know. Always looking for more people to play kill team against. Speaking of which, Hamish is here.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
I mean, well, last week we maybe have a different battle rep. Well, unfortunately featuring me, but
it was last week.
Sadly,
It was like a month
life
ago.
got in the way.
Sadly, life got in the way.
Why is that, Fraser?
Speaking of which, we've made some massive sweeping changes around the Rabtastic Paints HQ.
If we get 1,000 likes, Rab will do a house tour.
Yeah, sure, why not? The Battle Boys Battle Report Battle Bunker has been severely worked on, so I'll show you a little bit of that before we start the game. Unfortunately, we're not playing Blood Zeal. Games Workshop must have got lost in the post. So we are playing my Hearthkyn Salvagers, my first ever kill team, against
Clowns, Harlequins, Void Dancer,
Troupe. I know, what's strange names on them. And we're playing on Octarius using Can You Roll Crits map pack, is that what it's called?
Not Volcus.
No. Or
New
Jinto the Jello Jerk. Have we now used everything apart from Beta Decima? Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone's
There's
like
no one likes Beta Decima. So Octarius, map 2 or something like that. I still don't know what mission it is because we've got to roll for a mission. We'll go and do that now and then we'll show you the models. So for my army, I've got the Hearthkyn Salvagers, I've got my Thane with a plasma axe and a plasma pistol, the Lugger, the Field Medic, Jump Pack Warrior, the Kinlink. I've got 3 of the Gunners, one with the Beamer, one with the Magma Rifle, one with the Missile Launcher, the Cognitor, and the Grenadier.
So guys, we've got nerfed Void Dancers here. See how that goes. But I've got a lead player, which I'm using the Solitaire model for, Death Jester, Shadow Seer, and then just 5 players.
So welcome to the new overhead cam, which we'll use in between rounds just to let everyone have a better view of the surroundings. Going into the start of the game, I guess, start of the turning point, I won priority originally, not priority.
I won the initiative.
You won initiative, gave it to me. So I selected my faction equipment. I used the plasma knives, climbing rigs, and writ of claim. I didn't use the pickup markers. I also chose ladders and 2 frag grenades because I get an extra equipment choice. Hamish, you chose?
All my faction equipment, so Wraithbone Talisman, Shrieker Toxin Rounds, the Death Mask, and Understudy's Mask, so pretty simple, straightforward, as Daddy GW intended.
Yes, all the faction equipment, which is usually the way to play this game. I've deployed as such. I've put down my defense marker over here, and I've put a grudge token on one of your players that's got a stinky gun. Into the scouting phase, we both chose reposition. I repositioned my jump pack warrior up a little bit. I wonder why. Hamish flew some guy up onto there, and because we drew and reposition,
it was my choice.
It goes to Hamish,
which I chose to retain.
Chose to retain priority. So Hamish will go first. On the first activation of the game, Hamish is going to fire his Death Jester's focused Shrieker Cannon at my Jump Pack Warrior. He has 1 for Vantage.
So accurate 1. I have used my Shrieker Toxin Rounds. Yippee.
After using his balance reroll and a CP reroll, he's got enough hits that I just can't survive that. On my activation, I'll activate my Kinlink, who will buff the AP of my rocket launcher, and then just reposition himself over there. On my activation, I activated my missile launcher, who has a +1 APL. We climbed up onto the terrain, and we're going to shoot at Hamish's magician in the background. I retain 1 hit for accurate 1. I'm using the focused, even though piercing 1's pointless, but 5-6 damage is pretty good. So rerolls, not great. I use a CP to get another hit, and it's up to Hamish to save.
7 4s, how much damage?
5. On Hamish's activation, his Shadow Seer is going to cast Fog of Dreams.
So 6 octaves, or if he's the last guy.
Okay, so my guy has to go in 6 turns. On Hamish's activation, he's flew one of his players up onto the building to get some vantage. He will have accurate 1, which
Thank you for reminding me, Rowan. That's very generous.
That's nice of me to remember the rules. And he'll shoot at my wee plasma beamer down there. Hamish elects not to reroll a hit and a crit, it's pretty good. I'll retain 1 for cover, as P1s only have 1 roll, hoping to roll a crit.
Can you roll a crit?
I can.
Just remember, you can always win if you can roll a crit.
On Hamish's activation, he flies another player up onto the terrain to shoot at my missile launcher with his shuriken pistol.
Cool. So for this, hit on 3s.
Some bad rolls from Hamish there, results in 1 crit. I'll get my retained cover save and roll 2 1s. Great. At the end of turn point 1, I have moved substantially up the board. Hamish is still hiding behind his heavy terrain.
I've still moved substantially. I've got 3 guys on the set.
He's moved a little bit, but not much. He's got guys hiding under the building as well.
These guys are on an objective. They're poised. They're poised, ready.
Yeah. Score wise, there's obviously really no score at the end of turning point 1. We both have 2 CP each, and Hamish has 1 kill to my 0. Going into turn point 2, I won initiative, but I actually chose to give it to Hamish. It gives me 2 CP and lets me choose which of the objectives I surge. So Hamish, what were your gambits?
So I played Prismatic Blow, which gets me a reroll when I've moved, and Sigur's Jest, which lets me kind of try and negate some of your hits in combat.
Good. I chose to surge the middle objective, the one that I've got 3 guys on. I used the gambit to move my defence marker onto that as well, and I put an extra grudge token on the closest guy to it. I then played 2 Ploys Toil Earns, which gives any enemy within 3 inches of that middle marker an extra grudge token, and Need Keeps, which +1's my APL for control of that middle objective marker again, and I add 1 to my melee weapons up to maximum 4. With Hamish's first activation, he charges my Thane and decides to strike with the blade, as he called it.
I mean, it is actually just a blade. Okay. So
Hamish decides not to do any rerolls. I'll strike with my plasma weapon. It's almost identical to what Hamish did. You are treated as having a grudge token because you're within 3 inches of the mission objective. Still a miss. I like to spend a CP on a reroll and hopefully roll a crit. Do not. The fight resolves with Hamish doing a bunch of stuff. I'll let him explain.
So I get to do 3 Firefight Ploy on players. So I play the Curtain Falls, which allows me to basically hit you with a crit, which you then block with
Wheatfield Crest.
Wheatfield Crest?
Yeah.
So there's no damage there, but then I immediately get to perform a free fallback or dash, and can do it even if I've charged or repositioned, blah blah blah, and then I'm going to shoot him with my main gun. Fusion pistol.
Really didn't like that either. With all the damage, I can't survive and my Thane will fall. However, the medic's there to pick him back up on 1 HP.
Fraser.
On my activation, my missile launcher guy, who is there, is going to shoot down at Hamish's guy that has not got a conceal order. It's blast 2, so it will also get the magician behind him as well. I retain 1 for advantage and roll another 3, hitting on force. That's pretty good. Hamish retains 1 save for cover. After spending this AP on a reroll, Hamish will take 1 crit and 5 damage. Then the same attack on the magician behind him, retain 1 for advantage. Not as good a reroll this time, and they definitely don't have any grudge tokens. With that kill, I'll reveal my tack op confirmed kill, the greatest tack op in the game. With the second AP, I'll charge Hamish's leader just to sort of tie him up, and I can choose which of my units he's going to kill. On Hamish's activation, he takes another one of his players, I assume, and charges into that brave missile launcher guy. I just have lethal 5 up, but that's not 5, so I suppose. Hamish easily gets the kill, but I deal 3 damage on the way down. After that, Hamish will reveal his tack op, plant beacons, and plant a beacon. On my activation, I jump my gunner over the scrap pile and he's going to fire his plasma beamer. He's aiming at Hamish's boss on the far side and it's going to pass through 2 guys on the way there. So 4 attacks hit on 4s and any crits deal beam damage. No crits. So after that, nothing. Hamish is obscured, so that hit will disappear, and my incredible plan of killing 3 guys with 1 shot is up in smoke. On Hamish's activation, he charges my Thane. All he has to do is have 1 hit, which he just gets. And then with his second or third APL, sorry, he's going to shoot my medic as well. Might as well do that whilst we're here.
2 hits.
I saved 1. On my activation, I'll activate my Lugger, who will tap the objective for free, give me 1 VP, and then he's going to shoot the Void Dancer on the right hand side, who is in control range of the objective but does not have any natural grudge tokens. He'll count as having 1. I retain 1 hit for my accurate 1, and then 3 attacks hitting on 4s. That's not great. Even with my grudge token reroll, I've only got a hit and a crit, so it's up to Hamish to save, which he does. On Hamish's activation, he charged his player down from the building into my Grenadier, and he's going to try and stab me up. Not a bad start. I've got 3 attacks to your 5. With his last APL, he's going to shoot at my Lugger, hitting on 4s. On my activation, I move my Magna Rail Rifle Dwarf, and he's going to shoot the far away guy that's... Nothing's in focus, let's be honest. I've got 1 hit for accurate 1 for being higher, and 3 attacks hitting on 4s, 4-2, devastating 3. With the help of a grudge token reroll, I deal enough damage to kill him outright. On Hamish's activation, he moves his lead player and charges into my Cognitor, who's hiding under there, and he's going to strike with his blade. Blade? Power weapon. I hit on 4s with lethal 5, which is not much better. With his last APO, he's then going to shoot at my medic.
I've changed my mind, I'm not going to use the toxic.
But he's not going to use the toxic guns.
Yeah.
Needing some big saves on a free up. Banjaxed. On my activation, I activate my medic, who healed himself back up to full wounds, and then I spent a CP on the Ancestors Watching to give me a free shoot, which I used to shoot the player with 3 grudge tokens, actually 4, because he's mean. After some hot rolls, Hamish is still alive on 2 HP. Hamish moves his Death Jester around the corner to try and finally take out this medic once for all, as far as his poisonous guns. Save 2. My medic survives, but Hamish plants a beacon with his extra APL. On my last activation of the turn, I run my Kinlink up here, and he's going to shoot this player down there. I have accurate 2 because I have accurate 1 and I'm up 1 advantage. 2 attacks and hitting on 4s. With a couple of saves, Hamish's unit is alive on 2 wounds. With the last activation of the turning point, Hamish's player has run out and he's going to take a shot at the medic.
Hit on 4s because I'm injured.
With the help of my defensive reroll, I managed to save both of them. So here's the scene at the end of turning point 2. The score is 7-2 to Hamish at the moment. He got 2 for crit, 2 for attack, and 3 for kill up technically, even though you don't score it yet, but whatever, that's the way it's done. And I got 1 crit for tapping the objective, and I killed a couple of these guys. We're both sitting on 0 CP, so this could be an interesting turning point.
Gang, gang.
Going into turning point 3, I win priority and I like to keep it. So Hamish will choose which objective to search. If you point it out, Hamish. I thought you meant for that one.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I did. I changed my mind.
Started freaking out there. And then you played a couple of gambits.
Yeah, I just gave the Neurodisruptor player my Allegory or Accolade. Allegory, I think is the right term, and I spent a CP on Prismatic Blur.
Cool, perfect. And I kept my CP because I feel like I might need it. With my activation, I'll activate my plasma beamer on the bottom right, and I'll shoot at those guys in the top left. There's one in the road, so there will be some potential beam damage. After that abysmal shooting, I'm going to use the Firefight ploy engage to acquire to re-roll all my misses. Although Hamish's defense dice are invisible because they've disappeared from the dice tray, he did save them, unsurprisingly, and the beamer did absolutely nothing. After shrugging off a plasma beam to the face, Hamish's player is going to blast my logger with his blast gun. Fusion pistol.
I'm renaming it. I've been. So head on fours, I'm injured. Oh god.
After the shooting action, Hamish's player planted the beacon and then charged my medic to tie him up to combat. I'm going to activate my medic, knowing I only need one hit on a 4-up to kill him. I just get it. After checking VAR, we remembered that this guy is actually -1 to hit, so he hits all in 5s, so that was all misses. And I think Hamish was just killed.
So I'm injured, so that is 2, but that is 9 damage.
Enough to kill him. Hamish will then activate his player with the Neural Disruptor and take a shot at my logger again.
So hit on fours, that is 2 hits.
Only getting 2 saves because it's P1. 1 save. After shooting me down to 5 HP, Hamish chooses then to charge me and fight as well.
4 HP.
4 HP, even worse.
So it's 1 hit, which is all I need, because it'll be a crit.
And it'll kill me. On my activation, I will move my kindling up to the edge and throw a grenade at this guy here. 4 attacks on 4, so blast 2, so I'll catch one of them at least.
Oh, right. Save 2, and I'll.
This second guy, I'll retain my accurate 1 and roll the other 3. Why not?
Doesn't die.
You? Oh, you saved 2. And then the third guy, I'll retain 1 and roll 3 again. A successful grenade takes out 2 of Hamish's 3. On Hamish's activation, he charges his player into my Magna Rail rifle guy and strike.
Cool. So 2 misses.
Lethal 5+.
So that's a player. So I'm gonna play Murderous Entrance for free.
Hamish will kill my Magna Rail rifle and now he's going to shoot my kindling in the back of the head.
I'll use the toxin rounds.
Using the toxin rounds, why not? Let me gather my dice first.
So
No piercing?
Nope.
Yeah, fine. On Hamish's activation, he moves his lead player up to get within striking distance of my one guy holding down all my points, and he fires at him. And upsave rolls. With my counteraction, I'll activate my Kinlink, who will shoot down at that player holding the objective. I have accurate 2 because of my weapon and advantage. Rolling another one. Not bad at all. And does he have a grudge token? Did he get 3 of them? Or was that somebody else?
That was the other guy.
Okay.
Die, because I can. Well, how much damage did it do?
More than 2 anyway. It's like 3-4. 3-4.
Oh, he's only 2.
With last activation of the turn, Hamish charges his Death Jester through the door into my plasma beamer and strikes away. Hamish is fishing for a crit to trigger his rending, so he's going to use 1 CP and then he's going to use a second one?
No.
Okay.
So let's do 8 and die.
At the end of a very bloody third turning point, it's actually 9 each. I don't know if that's going to stay that way for the rest of the game. Hope not, because I don't want to draw on the channel. I got 2 points for my attack and 2 points for my crit. Yeah, let's just agree to a draw right now. Shake hands. There's no there's a camera.
Oh, it's left-handed.
Oh, that's good. That's fine. Well, I'll flip the camera. It's fine. Hamish has definitely got the lead on kills, but we're going into the 4th turn point, and anything can happen. Going into turning point 4, I win priority with the help of my Writ of Claim, giving me just enough to win. I surge the last remaining objective, which is this one here, and Hamish gives an accolade to the... yeah, he gives one of these tokens out to his other guy. So with my activation, this is where it all hinges. I use my CP for the Ancestors Watching to shoot at this player here. I retain 1 for my accurate 1. I'll go with the rest. Not bad. He was going to use a CP to reroll. With the rest of my activation, I jumped down the building behind and tapped the objective. On Hamish's activation, he charges his boss into my plasma beamer and is going to try and strike him down. Probably gets away with it. Okay. 1 crit. After rolling, Hamish will use his last CP on Murderous Entrance to strike twice and kill me outright. And after that, he'll plant a beacon. With my counter action, I'm going to shoot at Hamish's gaffer with my kinlink there. Hamish is holding the camera, so I'll do it quickly.
I'll probably end up getting any.
That's not bad. Over to Hamish to make his saves. Hamish will block most of everything, take 4 wounds, and still be alive. With the last activation of the game, Hamish will charge his player into me and deliver his strikes. He's got some sneaky plans up his sleeve. All he needs to do is miss everything.
Go bigger, go him. So we're hitting 4s.
Yeah.
Saying that if you'd have missed, I
Yeah. Killed me. Yeah.
So for free, I'll play the Curtain Falls. So I'll strike you with a crit for 5 damage, and then I'll basically reposition to the other side of this door, out of control range of Rav's guy and in control of the objective.
So at the end of turn point 4, Hamish will win 15 to 12. He scores a final couple of points for his crit up, and I get, well, I got one as well, but it doesn't really matter, and attack up. But yeah, a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. The final battle between elves and dwarves was won by elves. Ooh. So guys, we got a secret there. Tactical insight, unmatched. That was a very close game.
Yeah.
I have to say I really enjoy the battle report, Batright Bunker, Battle Voice.
Yeah, I do, but I don't enjoy
It's a bit rubbish, isn't it?
I can see why it's very good for shooting teams.
Yeah.
TP1 was very guns blazing, kind of.
You got a kill like from spawn. You spawn camped me.
Alpha Street. Saying that, it wasn't really, because I think you did half that. Did you? Yeah, you did half damage to one of my guys. And
That's about that. But yeah, good game. Very fun game.
Nice to play on something different.
Something different, aye. Different room. You enjoyed it very much, didn't you, pal? Yep. Blood Zeal coming soon, hopefully. 2 weeks it comes out. Pre-orders today, 2 weeks it comes out, so yeah.
No, we'll get in 2 weeks.
Oh, we'll get a bit longer now because we've got to wait for it to come down.
No, well, it's out next week, next Saturday. But we won't get it until the week after.
No, I think it said 5th April.
Did it?
Yeah, so that's that week. Whatever, we'll get in a couple of weeks. That might be the next bat rip. Ooh, maybe.
Maybe Fraser if he wises up.
If he wises up. Wise up, Fraser. Get your teams painted. Not like me that's got an exaction squad coming soon.
You've now got more Anthony teams than I do.
There's like 4 models. And all my... yeah, actually. Okay, that's not true. That's not true, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for the game again, Hamish.
Thank you.
Let's go eat some dinner. Bye.
Bye-bye.